Hey everyone, Ariel Adams here with aBlogtoWatch. Please subscribe to our videos on YouTube and like this video if you find it useful. This is a review of the Gorilla Fastback GT Drift. I'm just going to call it the Drift because Fastback GT is basically just the case. But the Drift is a brand new model because it has a wandering hours complication. This is actually, to my knowledge, the most accessible, basically meaning the least expensive, wandering hours watch currently on the market. And I'll get to that in a minute, but let's just talk again about the Fastback GT case. 44 millimeters wide. It's actually closer to 49 with the crown and the crown guard. It has a cushion style case shape. It's actually quite comfortable. Not everyone loves it, but I think it's neat. You have a carbon main case. There is an anodized aluminum ring here that has a red color to it. The bezel is ceramic. There's titanium elements for things like the screws and the crown and the case back. And it's overall, very interesting in the way that it's put together. I think the strap, especially since it looks so much like that Nike Apple Watch strap, probably is the weakest element, even though it's cool, because this watch is actually a lot more serious than I think the strap leads it to believe. So there you have the Fastback GT case on the wrist. Again, I don't have the biggest wrist in the world. Doesn't look crazy. And again, comfort is actually quite high. So I'm a big fan, even though I know that not everyone is. What is up with the wandering hours complication? Sometimes it's called a star wheel. It's been known as other terms as well. Or work, while not every single watch under the brand has it. They call it a satellite system for telling the time. Most of their watches use this system in order to indicate the time. And some other watches do as well. Arnold & Son has one. With that said, they're still, Parmigiani, but they're quite obscure because they're hard to get done right. And this one costs under $3,000. And the way that they've done it in order to keep costs down is quite interesting. First of all, the system is a module that goes over a base ETA movement. So there's a base ETA 2824, customized rotor, not a decorated movement, but that's not that big of a deal. And then there's a module that was produced and developed for Gorilla by Swiss Vaucher. So Vaucher is a company that makes movements, they make movement modules, and they make entire watches, and they're doing more and more of that. So this is one of the first open relationships with Vaucher that basically has made it very clear that they did this, and they did this for Gorilla. And the way they read the time, it uses an arc right here, which is how you read the minutes. So let me adjust the time here to show you how it works. So right now, if you wanted to read the time, you look here, you see 10. It's almost at the end of the hour, so it's almost 11 o'clock. Or you could look here, it's basically 11. Actually, when the watch is in this position, it's actually a little bit difficult to determine whether it's the end of the 10 o'clock hour or the beginning of the 11 o'clock hour. But if you see here, 11 is just past 0 there, so I'd say it's probably about 11:01 at this point. And you can see that has a traditional seconds hand, that's the central seconds hand. So I'm going to adjust the time here, and you can see how the system works. So 11 o'clock is dragging across this semicircle minute indicator. And so what you do is you look here at 11, and then right next to it, which is 50, and that's how you read the time. And then you can see here that these 3 satellite-style rings will turn at this point right here, and each of them has 4-hour indicators on it. So between all of these, you have all 12-hour markers, and you can adjust the time backwards or forwards. Vaucher is indicated right here on the dial. It says Vaucher manufacturer. And I really like that name is on there, because if you are a watch aficionado, that definitely upgrades the sort of prestige or the provenance of the watch by being associated with this really impressive house that does good stuff. So again, this is the Gorilla Fastback GT Drift. This is the first of the Drift models. I anticipate more will come. This is a limited edition of 250 pieces. I think this is a really neat watch. Wandering hours complications aren't for everyone, but they are easy to read. They are cool looking. And again, this is the least expensive one on the market at a retail price of $2,850. You can see the full review on aBlogtoWatch. Thanks.